There are many things in life that bring me joy. Dogs, a crackling fire, the sea, hot chips with chicken salt, #AussieCore. But very few things tickle my titties quite like dead people. Not in a creepy necrophiliac way, but in a based on a true story way. After all, is there anything better than a good biopic? For me, history is not just something you studied in a dusty old demountable in school, nor is it reserved for the exclusive club of highbrow academics or casual intellectuals floating around uni bars Good Will Hunting style. Rather, it is the story of heroes and villains, empires and conquests, groundbreaking inventions and soul-crushing destructions. It's about who we are and where we've come from, which is why I believe that history is hot. But as a woman, it's also pretty fucked up. I've spent the better part of my life studying history's hidey holes, and what I was finding in page after page, volume after volume, and manuscript after manuscript was penises. Seriously, our history books are absolutely littered with copious details about the lives of kings, emperors, politicians, and all manner of other men who were elevated to a position so far and above everybody else that they may as well have been deified. Which, whether we like it or not, is pretty much what happens. As British historian Thomas Carlyle once said, the history of what man has accomplished is at bottom the history of the great men. From Julius Caesar to Teddy Roosevelt, Winston Churchill to Abraham Lincoln, the great men have had huge portions of historical record allocated to them, not only by historians of their own eras, but by future generations as well. Take Napoleon Bonaparte, for example. In the 200-plus years since his death in 1821, there have been more than 60,000 books written about his life. For you to read each of these, you'd have to finish 2 a day, and even then, you'd still be reading for 84 years. I mean, come on, the only person that interesting is Zendaya. Period. To put it simply, if Instagram is the highlight reel of our lives, the Great Men's Club is the highlight reel of history. They are the hand-picked, airbrushed influences of time to whom essentially all deeds and achievements are attributed. And the reason for this is that the majority of history was written by dudes, about dudes, for dudes. The result is an incredibly biased historical record that features rich white Christian men almost exclusively, leaving the vast majority of people ignored, erased, or forgotten as the others. This is true for many groups, but nowhere is this more apparent than in history's almost complete disregard of women. If I were to ask you, right now, how much of recorded human history deals with women, what percentage would you give me? I imagine the answers would vary. 30%? 15%? 5%? No. According to historian and all-round badass Dr. Bettany Hughes, women make up approximately 0.5% of recorded human history. That's right. 0.5%. Now imagine all the things that have happened since we started truly recording history 3,500 years ago. The birth of the Roman Empire, the death of Jesus, the painting of the Sistine Chapel, the French Revolution, both world wars, the creation of the atomic bomb, and COVID-19. In all of that, women are recognised as contributing to only 17 of those 3,500 years. That makes women's recognised history unable to drink, consent to sex, get a tattoo without a parent or guardian, and my favourite of all, younger than Britney Spears when she performed with that snake around her neck at the VMAs. But, hot history girl from TikTok, you might ask, where the hell does that stat come from? You're right to wonder, because neither Dr. Hughes nor the plethora of other historians who cite the 0.5% statistic have ever provided its workings.